Thanks for hanging out with us on the Tech Matchmaker. I hope today's spotlight sparks some fresh ideas and real solutions for your contact center. Want to dive deeper into the tech we featured? Hit up the show notes for all the links and extras, and be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if there's a challenge you want us to tackle, don't be shy, reach out. I'll catch you soon with more innovation, more use cases, and more ways to keep your business moving forward. Stay curious, stay bold, and keep exploring what's next. Hello, everybody. Today we are chatting with Pat Reetz, who is the Chief Growth Officer from LinkLive. Welcome to the podcast, Pat. Great to
Thank
have
you.
you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Pat? How long have you been in the industry? Where do you come from? What's your history?
Yeah, so I have, over 25 years of CX experience, right? I've been working with a lot of different companies of all sizes, helping them to define, deliver on their communication strategies, if you will. So many years in financial, and of course here at LinkLive, several industries.
Excellent. Now, I always like to ask people, tell us one thing about yourself that we wouldn't find on LinkedIn.
Oh, wow. That I still play in a men's hockey league, right? I have two rules, and it's all part of keeping active, but two rules when I play hockey. Number one, have fun. And number two, be able to go to work the next day. So I have accomplished those through the years. So yeah, you can find me out on the rink every once in a while.
That's excellent. What is LinkLive, Pat? Tell us about what LinkLive is and yeah, how you are the best kept secret.
Yeah, appreciate that. I think as a company, we have over 20 years of experience with secure communications. Not a lot of people know that. I'm excited because we recently reached a milestone of 1,100 customers. So very exciting. And as a product, LinkLive is also the product name. It's an agentic AI powered CCaaS platform. So the way I think about it, Gina, is imagine if every customer conversation, you really no matter the channel, digital messaging, traditional inbound voice. Imagine if it was all handled with a seamless blend of intelligent virtual assistants, agents, if you will, along with, of course, all the skilled humans that are taking the sessions, and is all powered by real-time knowledge and automation. That's LinkLive. It's an AI-enabled platform. It transforms how our clients are engaging, supporting, solving, if you will, solutions like that IVA, as well as all the market-leading inbound, outbound voice.
And I think you mentioned something unique that I would think you are is a differentiator for you, but I look forward to you kind of clarifying that, but that it it is all under one umbrella. So it is all yours. It's not, okay, we purchased this, we purchased this, we purchased this. It's white labeled here. We're Baylor twine and chewing gumming, putting this together.
That
Is
is
that one of
exactly
your
right.
differentiators?
That is absolutely one of them, and it goes back to our founders over 20 years ago. Veterans that came from the telecom space, and we built this component, and of course have evolved it significantly. So an all-in-one may not be what everybody's looking for, but depending on that ICP, we've had an incredible amount of success there. Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. And I believe too, security is a strong focus for you guys, and that's probably because of the base of the agentic AI, right? And with security being a focus for you guys, I think that's another differentiator for you in the market space.
It absolutely is. High trust, is one thing. We are R2 certified. And then you think about all of the AI and the agentic AI that's happened here. That's an additional process that we have with high trust around certification. So it's a critical part of our component. Of course, it is table stakes, but so many of our what I would call other solutions in the market, they stop at SOC 2,
Yeah.
PCI and HIPAA, where we really go an extra mile, where high trust R2 certification and encompasses 50 different standards, frameworks, regulations, etc. Right? It's kind of a full-time gig in terms of keeping that honest.
It's crazy because I actually went through that with one customer and I couldn't believe the amount of what do you call it? Inspection or whatever that you like the amount of detail that you guys have to go through to
Yes,
pass
all the
that.
audit process. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other differentiators you want to call out, Pat, for your product against what else is out in
I
the
think
market?
there's a large number of them. One of the things that we talk about um, at LinkLive is the fact that we're innovative and nimble because we can be. We have a lot of capability. Our Journey Orchestration Engine is a great example of that. I'll highlight that in a little bit. But we kind of have the ability to meet the customer's needs in ways that you can't at very large organizations. Our CEP, customer engagement platform. Really think of it as a nimble platform, works seamlessly, fully integrated, as we've talked about, with our own capabilities. And some of the unique things here, I think we talk a lot about no minimum monthly subscription required as we're partnering with a lot of trusted agents like you, right? So it's a bit different, and that's because some of the things that we've innately had over the last 20 years, our cost of goods sold and our platform allows us to be nimble, allows us to be innovative.
I love that. Do you want to share a success story with us?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to. I think it's a great question. Success, right? This can be defined. I could probably go in lots of different ways on that one. I think I'll start with our own customer success team, and that comes to mind for me. A lot of who we are, our culture, our product, really rooted in being innovative, nimble, as I've talked about. It's part of what makes us different among other CX choices. For me, the things I highlight is over 20 years, a 98% client renewal rate, a 28% faster onboarding with over 20 years of CX delivery. So it's a little bit about our mission, a little bit about our why, but the point here is it's really about our team that works hard to get it right every day to deliver for our customers. So that's one thing, Gina, that comes to mind is a little bit about us in terms of how we're structured for success. But of course, your question, it comes to mind so many customers, 1,100 customers. We do a lot of healthcare, a lot of finance. Some stories that come to mind here. Healthcare. Let's talk about that a little bit. There is, of course, EHRs, right? Epic, we all know. For me, it's an hour down the road from where I live in as they're in Wisconsin. Epic is complex integration, and to improve, we've done that. We've leveraged a lot of the complex integrations like Epic to improve conversations. For one client, every call that comes in, we've cut 30 seconds off of every call because of that integration. And so that's a little of healthcare. Another success story that we see a lot in as a result of our innovation in healthcare. You have this large industry focus today in healthcare to care for patients outside of the facility, sometimes at home. And we've done some work there in that space you have so many medical providers that are on the go and they need secure communications right on their own personal device. And we've had a lot of success in healthcare as a result of our mobile worker platform. Another one as I get going here, finance. We have so many over nearly 750 financial institutions that we support today. And, for somebody in the segment of community banking, they're on this need to transform, right? Transform their communications platform. Yet banking has been and will forever be people bank with people.
Hmm.
And it's about relationship banking and community banking, and that's where that all-in-one component, we're allowing them to really do so much more at a significant reduction in total cost of ownership. So, I've got some ideas in terms of some specifics customers, but that's kind of what comes to mind a little bit about success.
That your 98% retention is incredible. That is definitely something to be proud of. And I love how you started with your internal team because you're right. That is exactly what makes that retention number possible. So congratulations to you guys. That's
Thank
fantastic.
thank you.
You mentioned financial and healthcare. I've seen your platform. I know it's not vertical specific, right? You can go any vertical, correct? Like you are, yeah, excellent.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think we're growing in that space. There's a segment that I think about with that mobile worker platform.
Yeah.
With 72 from my knowledge, Gina, and the research I've done. In the U.S., there's about 72 million workers that they don't have a desk. They're part of some small team. I think of them broadly as field services.
Hmm.
So they're demanding better tech, right? And I think there's a lot of innovation that's going to go there beyond just your traditional contact center, which we have a lot of success there too.
Absolutely. What's next for LinkLive,
You
if
know,
you can share?
Yeah, I do. I want to come back to if we could. I just want to talk about one more customer success story because I think it
Hey,
talks a little bit about what we have as well as what's next. Um,
okay.
you know, Next for me, we could talk about what we have on the roadmap, but the part of being nimble and innovative is we're very close to our customers and always listening and thinking, ahead of, like I said, at hockey, right? So I'm thinking about where the puck is going to be and skate to where the puck is going to be. And that's a lot of what drives. And I got a good example of that in terms of some of the customer success. This was 2023. So we're just, in that high buzz hype of AI and what's happening and ChatGPT. And we had a client, Pennsylvania 211. So Emily and PA 211. For those of on the podcast that may not know, when I dial 211 in any community, I can get resources, right? Get help. Think United Way, that type of thing. And it was with PA 211 where they kind of saw the art of possible with AI. The challenge for them was their navigators. That's an agent. That's what an agent is in the 211 industry. They didn't always speak the same language as the residents that they were working with, right? And that becomes difficult, hard, long time frame in terms of handle time. We collaborated with them, and what came out of that is we developed our AI chat translation solution. It's been in play for a number of years. Now everyone chats in their own language. Community, the resident, the agent, PA211, they received an innovation reward as a result of it. But more importantly, kind of the outcomes are better for them as well, where they've reached more residents in their community. And today, 50% of their inbound chats are with residents that speak a different language, right? So for me, it's a great example of I could talk a lot about roadmap, but it's one of those examples where AI, the whole AI story, we talk about it through the lens of AI that matters, and that's what we've deployed, with this use case as well as another one with organizations like PA 211.
Well, and to your point, it's really impacting lives, right?
It
Like
is.
you're changing lives. Yeah, and that's I think it's a great part of how our industry is evolving, right? Where we can actually see the impact of what we do out in
That's
the
right.
field.
And I think that's the part I get excited about with AI, agentic AI. We can, I think, be more empowered to support clients with outcomes that, we could imagine them years ago, but now we're building framework that allows them to do some of this on their own in real time, as well as wire up all kinds of workflow that, wasn't possible years ago, right?
Yeah, and you bring a great point, Pat. And one of the things, as I talk to customers, a lot of them are, we talk about when AI first came out, you would need a data scientist on staff to be able to code or to be able to write. And with the evolution of AI, it's becoming more operational and business user function. Is that the case with Link Live Link? As a
Yes. Yeah,
yeah, thank you.
absolutely, absolutely is. And I think we have a part of our platform. We call it our Journey Orchestration Engine, and it's a AI-enabled coordination level. Right, it connects bots and agents and knowledge systems all in real time. And I guess the way that I think about it is it allows us to be innovative, right? It allows us to be consultative with clients, listen, and deliver. And I'll go back to give you an example. I'll go back to PA211, right? So part of that agentic AI and what we call AI that matters. We deployed that journey orchestration engine. It's a very cool framework. As I mentioned, kind of the intelligent agents to assist the humans, if you will. But the use case, I think what we did here is for PA211, we put the journey engine to work where they, think of their contact center agents were, using a CRM, a different platform, maybe spending a lot of time in that, where we orchestrated it, where now LinkLive listens to the inbound call, it navigates that external CRM, pulls all the content, maybe recommends steps or workflows, conversation topics for the agent, what they call taxonomies.
Mhm.
And it takes them out of this and puts them more, in a conversation, right? And it's reduced the handle time significantly, several minutes per call, which we all know kind of what that means. But
Absolutely.
the part that I get excited about, that's good, the ROI that's there, but it's also the fact that we put the relationship back, right? And we take the kind of the challenge and the complexity out, and we allow that human part that you can't necessarily measure.
Hmm.
And I get excited about this. I think we've blown by the hype cycles of AI. We're now have framework like a journey orchestration engine again where we can listen in a consultative way and help better outcomes in lots of different ways across out front with the virtual assistants, in the day to day and the agent assist AI, as well as post call and all the analytics and things that come there.
Yeah, absolutely. Pat, to wrap things up, I've always been a fan of James Lipton, and so we do a few little rapid fires to close things out. What is your favorite word?
Oh boy, my favorite word, um, trust.
Hmm? What is your least favorite word?
No.
And what excites you the most?
I'll take the work side of it, and I think solving problems, right? Solving problems, having better outcomes.
Excellent. And Pat, if somebody wants more information on using LinkLive, who should they reach out to?
Well, of course, Gina, I'd love to have them reach out to you, as you are a trusted advisor. I know we have regular conversations. Of course, they can navigate over to linklab.ai, and we have availability to connect with me, learn more about our channel partner program, or learn more about our product at LinkLive.
Awesome. Pat, thanks so much for coming on and sharing your stories. The numbers that you guys are sharing are incredible. I mean, the not only the customer retention, but the amount of seconds shaved off and things like that on the average handle time. It's very impressive. I look forward to seeing more of your product, and thanks again for sharing your time with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Gina.
Thanks for hanging out with us on the Tech Matchmaker. I hope today's spotlight sparks some fresh ideas and real solutions for your contact center. Want to dive deeper into the tech we featured? Hit up the show notes for all the links and extras. And be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if there's a challenge you want us to tackle, don't be shy, reach out. I'll catch you soon with more innovation, more use cases, and more ways to keep your business moving forward. Stay curious, stay bold, and keep exploring what's next.